What I'm about to show you is one of the most realistic killings I've ever seen in cinema history, and that's why it's so brutal. I journeyed into the bowels of movie horror to find me the most brutal death in cinema history. One that will make me squirm. I found one that's beyond all others, y'all. I don't even know how this was even legal to film, and it's not what you think. I'm not talking about no soft kill, like the electric chair kill in Green Mile, which is pretty brutal, quite frankly, but still. I'm not talking about all the kills and martyrs, which is probably one of the most brutal, violent movies ever made. I'm not talking about the slow, eventual death of the people who were tortured to be a human centipede. I'm talking about ones that shock you. They shock the system. I'm not talking about tortures. I'm talking about a straight-up kill. It's fast, but it's so brutal that it'll stay etched in your brain forever. I'm talking about stuff like the decapitation in Hereditary, alright? The Midsummer kills. The pool kill in Final Destination where all your innards get sucked away. Any kill in Itchy the Killer, quite frankly. Art the Clown killing a chick, maiming her brutally in her bedroom because she refused to give him candy on Halloween. The eye kill from Zombie. There's one movie that has a kill scene that is so brutal, I couldn't believe I watched it. I couldn't believe this shit was legal and not banned in all countries. That's how well done it was. The sound effects, the brutality, the violence, the realism, it's too much. And it all takes place in a film called Bone Tomahawk. One of my favorite movies of all time. And if you know, you know. This movie's notorious because of this one scene. Taking place in the 1890s in the western town of Brighthope. A couple of people here, their family members go missing. And they have to search to find them and rescue them from this band of disgusting savages. A new form of native that will strike terror into the hearts of anybody known as the Troglodytes. Troglodytes, once you hear them roar, you'll know how brutal this film is. They have literal bones infused into their throats that let out a sound when they roar, when they call for other people to help them hunt prey. And they're killing all these people in this town for some brutal cannibalistic rituals, alright? They fuck their own mothers. They cut off the limbs of their mothers, blind them, and do this with all the women, but mothers specifically, use them as baby machines. And this inbreeding has caused this band of malevolent savages to grow. It's like the shit from the movie Barbarian. But like, that's like a whole band of natives that's killing people. That's what we're dealing with here, y'all. Oh shit. I'm trying to stay monetized, and this video might demonetize me. Micro, my assistant, please censor out all this shit. That's what we're dealing with here, okay? The Troglodytes. So, if they do that to their own mothers, you can only imagine what they do as a punishment death for an enemy. So our main characters, all Chads by the way, are going to basically rescue their people, alright? Led by Kurt Russell, who gives like an Oscar-worthy performance in this. The director of this film made two of my other favorite movies of all time, Brawl and Cell Block 99, Dragged Across Concrete. Please watch them, they're all fucking awesome, they're amazing. But Patrick Wilson is basically trying to save his fine-ass wife from getting cannibalized by these troglodytes. So they go, and they get confronted by these beings, and it's like some of the most violent, dirty shit you've seen. It is realistic, alright? There's no music playing in this film when these scenes are happening. It's like quiet. This is real, y'all. And then we get to the infamous scene where Kurt Russell is forced to basically watch as one of his, I think he's like a deputy, and one of his policemen is one of the people kidnapped here. He has to watch behind wooden bars as his fellow policeman is going to be tortured and killed in front of him. What I'm about to show you is one of the most realistic killings I've ever seen in cinema history, and that's why it's so brutal. If you've ever hated a character before and wanted them to die in the most brutal fashion, if you've seen the movie The Girl Next Door, for example, how unsettling and disturbing that film was, and wanted the people who tortured that girl to die in the worst way, this is the sentence you're gonna fantasize about giving them. If you can watch it. If you can bear to watch it and not turn away, right? So this dude is taken out. He's drugged up a little bit, so he's not even awake, but he can feel all the fucking pain of what's about to happen. Jesus Christ, bro. My assistant, please censor everything so I'm able to monetize this video. So he gets bent down, alright? Now, when you see this, you're like, oh, please don't tell me some sexual sodomite shit's about to happen. No. Kurt Russell is trying to inspire hope into this man by saying, don't worry, man, it's gonna be okay. Just look at me. Look at me in the eyes, bro. It's okay. This dude first gets scalped very slowly. They cut his scalp off, tear it off. You can see the skull and the brain shit underneath it, okay? So, they scalp him. Take the scalp and shove it in his mouth, shove it down his throat, take a spike, some like weird wooden spike thing, and hammer it down into his throat with his scalp. Like that. Okay? That's just the foreplay. Okay? So I can't even show this because YouTube might think this is something else that's in his mouth because it's phallic in nature, but still. So that's just happened to him. Then he gets turned around, put upside down. You can see it. Oh, Jesus. You can see them hanging his legs, okay? They spread the legs just a little bit, all right, to reveal the manhood. Kurt Russell is saying, while this is happening, all this brutality is happening, Kurt Russell is saying, don't worry, bro, there's a squadron on their way. They're going to kill all these savages. We're going to nuke them. I promise you. He's trying to inspire hope while this dude's getting brutalized, okay? Kurt Russell is giving an amazing performance. So first, one of them clobber his nuts with this hammer. I don't even think it's an axe. I think it's a hammer. 1, bash. 2, bash. 3, bash. Tear. And you can hear spilling. You can hear that shite. You can hear it. They don't even need to show you it. That's the worst part. They leave it up to the imagination of what's happening down there. And they have indented the middle of his body by doing this, right? That's how badly they bashed it. And the head native, the troglodyte dude that's doing it, tells his other two, okay, now it's time to spread. This dude's balls have been bashed in, and he's been scalped and throat molested with a spike, okay? So the other two start to tear from the wounded, destroyed groin area down. Tear, spread. I can't show it because they'll get demonetized. They tear the entire body in half, and all the organs and innards fall. You can see him. And Kurt Russell goes from, don't worry, we're going to do this, don't worry, to, oh my God. It's like he mid-hope speech, he lost hope himself because of how brutal this shit was. He couldn't even believe it. I can't think of a lot of deaths that are worse than that. Because you can name me deaths like, oh, Terrifier has like a chainsaw cutting a woman in half too scene. You know, Saw has a bunch of... This is different. Because this is not really a horror movie. You don't even expect it to be this bad. So when it happens, it's way more realistic than any of those horror grindhouse type movies too. It's not even a movie that's about torture. This is not a single scene has come as close to this as being gory in the film. Most of it's pretty standard, okay, violence. It's R-rated, you can tell, but it's not that bad. This shit, when this goes down, it's a shock to the system. That's why it's so bad. It's not like, oh, this isn't a series of torturous, elongated kills throughout the movie like Martyrs. No. This just happens. And you're like sitting there forced to accept it. And then we move on to the next scene. It's like that. Now, you must be asking, if you haven't seen the film, Zaffy, please tell me that these weirdo troglodyte psychos get their comeuppance at the end of the film. They do. Unfortunately, none of their deaths are as brutal as that. That's as brutal as it gets, y'all. But Kurt Russell does avenge his fellow police officer through gunshots. I'm not gonna I don't even shit. I shouldn't have even spoiled it. Watch the film. Listen, I may have spoiled for you the most brutal scene in it, but the film is amazing. Please watch it. It's a slow burn too, but once you get through it, you'll realize this is like one of the most realistic, brutal films of all time. It's fucking awesome. And this, I'm telling you, bro, in revenge films, I always notice characters who want revenge on a person that we also hate as the audience, whenever they kill that person or get their revenge, it's always like a gunshot or a quick death compared to what they deserve. I feel like we should have a movie that really goes into this. You know, like, how do we really make someone suffer for what they did? Like, if you've seen the movie I Saw the Devil, that's like what the main protagonist has to deal with. He's like, fuck, I need to make this serial killer's torture, I need to elongate it, I need to extend it. I think we need to examine a movie examining a protagonist who really wants the most precise, specific revenge, like some law-abiding citizen type shit. When Gerard Butler's character gets revenge for his family, like that's real revenge. I'm not trying to sound like a psychopath. I'm just saying. Although there are some corrupt across the world, there are some corrupt global psychopaths. I don't even want to say they're leaders because I wouldn't even call them that, but there are some pathetic people that I think this would be fit. I don't want to name any person because I'm not trying to do a call to violence. I'm not trying to get demonetized or get my channel canceled. So I'm just saying, like, can't tell me that there are people who exist that don't deserve this. There's some do. But this is the most brutal death. In all seriousness, this is the most brutal death in movie history, y'all. Straight up. I've seen a lot of movies. Okay, I have seen a lot of kills. I made a whole video going through the most disturbing deaths I've ever seen. I'm telling you, man, I think Bone Tomahawk is like number one. I've changed my mind. I think this is it. That's all I gotta say on that. Bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are on a mission to take over Hollywood. But the army must keep growing. If you want to suggest video topics to me, or talk about your favorite movies or favorite film theories in a community with like-minded individuals, join the Zafy Discord now. Link is in the description and the comment section as well. Join us. This movement is just beginning. We're taking over Hollywood, one coke line at a time.